All right, in this segment, we're going to go over the spin and the rips. All right? If you don't know what the spin and the rips are, then go to the first one myself and Muhammad did, and then you'll know what the spin and the rips are. This is actually going to help you enhance the spin and the rips. So, just to reiterate, a rip is basically ripping somebody down, snatching them down to the ground. So you have the front rip. He has a new jacket, a new shirt on, so I'm not going to wrinkle it this early, maybe in the next video. But in the front rip, you're essentially coming over and ripping straight down. Not towards you, but down this way. The side rip is you are crossing over, lobster clasp, and ripping down. A back rip is coming from the back, catching them, lobster clasp, and ripping down. Now, with the front rip, again, you're snatching, you're catching them on the shoulder where there is some kind of effect to it, all right? You're not just going like this, you're going this way, all right? With the side rip, it's more like it's more like a forearm strike, all right? So I'm not just going like this. I'm actually hitting him, boom, and then taking him down. From the back, it's the same way, but I'm going from the side. Once I get here, a clothesline, boom, and then taking him down, okay? What we want to do, though, is tell you a few things here. One, and this is very important, when you're in any position, it may look like a wrestling position, a judo position, or whatever. This is not sport. So the position that you get, all right, is of two kinds. It's either an incidental position, a position that you get based on what they give you, based on the circumstances, or it's a position that you take. All right, so you need to understand that. So what Muhammad's going to do is he's going to throw any 3 punches, and I'll show you an incidental position. Any 3 punches, all right? Whenever you're ready, go. Okay? This is an incidental position. This is by virtue of where I ended up, by virtue of what he threw. Now, we'll do it again. All right? Whenever you're ready, go. Okay? Incidental position, right here. The next position is, I take it. This is incidental, based on the circumstances, all right? And this one, I now take. So those are basically the 2 positions. Those are the 2 ways that you're going to get a position. Next is the timing on position. Okay, you all right? Next is the timing on position. Now the reason why, if you looked at the first video, you'll see that he has bigger boxing gloves. The reason he has these MMA gloves on is because I want you to see that this is not some kind of script thing where the guy puts on these big gloves. If he hits me, and he hits me in the mouth, he's probably going to knock a tooth out. Okay? I feel, just the fact, by me blocking it, I feel my arms. Okay? So I may have a bruise, and that's why he has these smaller gloves on. The reason why he's not bare knuckle is because I tend to block with my elbow, and not that it will help me, but that I would be safer, but he's safer if he has something on his hands. Okay, so this is the minimum that he'll wear. Now, when we talk about timing, once I'm here, I got 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Because once I'm here, he's going to try to do something. I have 3 seconds to figure out what I'm going to do. 3 to 5 seconds. Okay? That's how it's going to work. So I'll give you the timing. Okay, 3 punches, go. Right? 1, 2, 3. That's it. Now I got to move. That's it. Okay? So you don't set up camp here. Okay? You don't do that. Once you're there, you have to know what you're going to do. If you have 10 different ways of spinning someone, your brain is going to register, try to file through 10 different ways. That's how the brain works. It's going to file through those 10 different ways. All right? At least 6 or 7 ways, because your subconscious is going to call up these ways of defending. And just like a file cabinet, when you're going through files trying to find a paper, that's what your brain does. So what's going to happen is your brain, while you're on this guy, he's trying to get you down, your brain is going through these 10 things. This is why I only show you maybe two ways of spinning. Okay, now from here, these are some of your options. Say I'm in here and I have a overhook and a under. Now, if he presses down on my arm, press down on this arm, and I can't get it out, okay, I have several options. Now, one of my options is I can just take this hand, and I can go and grab the flesh. All right? Now, if I twist it anymore, he's going to let go. Okay? So, check. You all right? I won't do that again in this video. But, I mean, we have to, you know, I can't let him think what we're doing is playing around. Okay, so tie up. Okay, you can do that. That's one. You can also have this arm here. Come around here. You can actually have this arm here. And then pull back slightly before he knows that you're going to punch. You can pull back slightly and punch in. You can pull back and palm. You can hit with the shoulder. There's another one. Say if you're slightly taller than the individual, okay? If their head is here, for example, you can get lower from here, duck, and come up under the head. That's another option. That's one I used to like to do. If I'm here, and then just launch in. You don't let them go. You don't do this because now you're starting from the beginning. Okay? You don't want to let go. You want to be here. Just move them around a little bit, then drop, boom, and pull them back in. Okay? So now we have the flesh. We have a punch. We have the shoulder shrug. Okay? We have the palm. We have the headbutt. Okay? We have the knee to the groin. Now, I will say this. This is fairly popular to do the groin thing. But what happens if you look at my body when I shoot the knee to the groin, you'll see that I'm going backwards. I have to go backwards. Now, if I go backwards and he pushes me, that's not good. Okay? So I don't want to compromise. Whatever I'm doing, I want to do it from facing forward, having my weight either evenly positioned, distributed on my feet, groin over head over the groin, or slightly forward. Okay? So these are your options. So next is how do we get to that spin? As I said, we have maybe 3 seconds. I'm in here, locked up. He's going to get ready to do something. I have to think about what I'm going to do and get it done. From here, if we're moving around and he feels me getting ready to spin him, I have to inject something in between that move. I have to use an insert, all right? That insert might be, I might rear back and spin. Once I do that, he's going to flinch. Once I do that and he flinches, then I can spin. Okay? You have to do something other. Once you start wrestling around, okay? Once you start wrestling around and he got you, all right, from here, you have to think of something else to get his mind off of what your intention is. Okay? So, you want to understand that. So right now, we're talking about what? Incidental positions and positions you take. Incidental position is what you end up in, given the circumstances. Position you take is what you deliberately want that the individual is not giving you, but it's you already have started that position from another position that is incidental. Options that you can use when you're in a position: flesh, headbutts, palms. You can stomp the feet. Okay? You can punch. I do believe in using a basic vertical punch. Some people say don't punch in combatives. I generally do some kind of punching because it simply hurts people. All right? So, you can use a punch, the shoulder bump. Okay? All these things you can do. You do not want to sit there. Okay? Understand you do not want to sit there. So, to reiterate what we did in the first one, you have 2 basic spins that we like. You have the outside spin, where your arm is on the outside. So I'll show you how this is done because somebody asked me to slow it down so they can get an understanding as to how we turn the guy. Okay, you got me? Okay. From here, all right, you have to understand here that when you spin the individual, you're not going to get all of this, okay? Let go from there. You're not going to get this completely. All right? You're generally not going to get that. The reason is because the human being has an instinct. That instinct is, if I just stand here, and he knows I don't want him to move. Instinct don't move, right? Instinctually, if I go around here, biologically, he doesn't like it. This is why when you see a dog and you get behind the dog will turn. If you try to get behind a child, behind a baby, the baby will look and see where you're at, because instinctually you don't feel like you're secure when someone is in back. You see, you just got ready to turn, because instinctually this is how you just don't feel comfortable doing that. So the individual, when you lock up with someone, that individual, as soon as you get ready to spin them, they are going to want to push back, spin back into you. So thinking you're going to get this is not what I'm saying. The actual spin is probably 50% of the move. What you're doing is not spinning them 350, lock up. What you're doing, you're not spinning them actually at 90 degrees. What you're trying to do is get a better sense of leverage, or better leverage for your rip. So if I just spin him here, this is good. This is good for me. I don't need to spin him here. If I just spin him at basically at 45, if I can just spin this way, I'm good. Because the combination, he's not going to turn this way. Unless a person weighs 110 pounds, they're not going to do that. They're going to feel you get ready to turn them, and instinctually, they're going to resist and try to turn back into you. Okay? So you are not actually turning them completely. You're trying to, but understand you're not going to get that usually. So this is how it works. From here, you're pushing them in. From here, you're lifting your elbow slightly so you can get the leverage. Once you lift your elbow without detaching, you lift your elbow so when you push, it's this way. You don't do this, you do this. So from here, you push down that way. Okay? That's how you get it. Now, with the cross spin, the cross inside spin, the cross inside spin comes swiping across the body this way. Don't bring it out. You're swiping across the body this way. So if you're here, you're going, all right? You're swiping across the body. Across. Now here, you see me lifting my shoulder. I just want to tell you this. That's because here I just happen to have two overhooks. But if I was here, I would have to yank this out and then swipe across this way. All right? So I'll show you with the underhook. I'm swiping across with a monkey grip. Not using my thumb. My thumb is just laying there. All right? From here, I'm pushing down. When I push down, I'm here. And then this arm comes across, hitting him in the neck, boom, and then wrapping. Okay? Let's do that one more time. You lock up. Okay? I'm here. And I may do something. Say if he doesn't want me to get it, you know, I might bang, might grab here, something like that. Then I spin, boom, and then down. All right? Your spin from here is coming from here. I'm ripping this way. And in. One reason why I'm holding this arm when I spin is because in case he has a weapon or something like this, he has to get out of here and then has to try to stab around or something like that. If he tries to stab me like up in the face, then I'll keep spinning this way and then capturing the arm this way. Okay? Lastly, you'll notice that when me and Muhammad are working, or me and someone else are working, this is a pit stop, okay? This kind of thing I don't like. We'll turn around here. I don't like this. This I don't like. You will see this a lot. The reason why I don't like this is because I have a phobia about weapons. Slash once, slash once, stabbed another time. Okay, now if Muhammad had a knife in this pocket, and my hands are here. Go like you're going to reach for a knife. Okay, now stab. You see? This is why I don't like these kind of positions here. It's good in Muay Thai, stuff like that. It's really not very good when you're talking about combatives. If you're going to grab somebody in some kind of clinch, come around here. If you're going to grab somebody in some kind of clinch and you're here, okay, immediately there should be a spin. There should be something going on. Staying here too long, all right, you just don't feel, you don't feel enough. There's not enough tactile contact there, all right? There's not enough tactile contact. I need to have this kind of feel. So even if I'm here, I can still feel, if he's locking down, if he doesn't have a weapon, he's going to lock down on my arm. That's the way to tell. If he doesn't have a weapon, he's going to lock down on my arm. If he's not locking down on my arm, he's letting my arm loose for a reason. Usually it's because they have a weapon. Okay? So this is a tactile position. This is a tactile position. You want tactile positions where you can feel. Another good position you may have seen, and I'll just leave you with this one, the greatest street fighter who happens to be a boxer by the name of Mike Tyson used it in his second fight with Evander Holyfield. And that's this one, where you have double overhooks. All right? You see, in this position, he had Evander like this, and he bit into him so he couldn't get away. Okay? This is another one that you can use. I generally don't like it because I don't need it. I don't need two of them. You don't need two overhooks. Because while you're holding him, all you basically have is your feet, you have a headbutt, but you can't really headbutt him. So there's really not a whole lot for you unless you release one of the arms. Okay? So, there you go. You have some options. You're going to get in, there's two ways of getting positions. One is incidental, one that is given to you or you actually end up in based on what their attack is. Another one is what you take, right? Those positions are what they don't want to give you, but it's one that you wanted. It's a goal and you take it, all right? And you usually transfer into that position from the incidental position. Next is when you're trying to get that spin, they're not going to let you get it. They don't want you to get it, okay? So you have to know your options. Your options might be the flesh, okay? It might be a punch, maybe a shoulder, maybe a headbutt, okay? It may be spitting, just spitting in the face. It may be turning, just turning, so you can get it, okay? It may be that. But you have to realize that once you're there, you have maybe 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, that's it. And then you'll probably lose your opportunity, or they're going to try to sabotage your opportunity, in which case things become harder for you. Okay? So, I thank Muhammad for being a good student, a good assistant. That's your rips and your spins, and we'll see you next time.